The chemistry presentation. So we're going to be looking at this kind of formula and the question, how many grams of Al2O3 do you get when you use 130 grams of Fe2O3? So one of the first steps we're going to want to do here with one of these questions is balance the chemical equation. So right here we have our chemical equation, Al plus Fe2O3 turns into Fe plus Al2O3. So this is what you call a single displacement reaction actually. Um, So what we gotta do is we gotta balance it. So first things first, let's look on both sides and see how much of stuff we have. So first things first, on this side we have one Al. So let's gonna make a little bit of chart over here so we can just kind of look at stuff. We have one Al, we have two Fe, and we have three O. On the other side, we have two Al, three O, and one Fe. So the clear thing is that we have an imbalance of Al and Fe, so we can quickly change it out. So let's say we have two Al and two Fe. Doing this, we'll change the Al from here to being 2, and the Fe to being 2 as well. So now we have it balanced. So we have the same amount of stuff going in as is coming out. Um, so next up, what we're gonna have to do is we need to figure out what this all, like how many grams of Al2O3 we are get, and this is gonna help us out. However, we're not gonna use FeO3. Cross that out. We're gonna actually use aluminum instead. So the first thing is we have to put down the grams of aluminum over 1. So we have 130 grams of aluminum over 1. So we have to figure out how many moles of aluminum we have. So that's a time symbol. Uh, so how many grams of aluminum are in a mole? Luckily we have that right here, 26.982 grams of aluminum. Because that is the weight, and that tells us how much of it is going to be in a mole. So that's the atomic weight on the periodic table. So we got to go 26.982 grams of aluminum is going to be 1 mole of aluminum. All right. So after this, what we have to do is we need to figure out the mole ratio of aluminum to Al2O3. So we have 2 moles, for every 2 moles of aluminum we put in, we're only going to get 1 mole of Al2O3. And we have to make sure the units cancel out. So going on with that, moles of Al, or aluminum, are going to be on the bottom. We have 2 moles of Al. So we're going to put that down. For every 1 mole of Al2O3. So with this, if we cancel out all these bottom things like the grams of Al and the moles of Al, we now have the in moles of Al2O3. But we want it to be in grams. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to transfer moles to grams. And I'm running out of rooms here, so we're just gonna pop back over here. Um, so we know we want to figure out what 1 mole of Al2O3 weighs in grams. To do that, we're going to bring up our calculator. So that's going to be 26.982 plus 26.982. And then we also have 3 O's. So that's going to be plus 15.999 plus 15.999 plus 15.999. I also want to point out that I'm not using significant figures, because that's a little bit complicated, and since I'm just talking about it in general. So we get a number that says 101.961. 1.961 grams of this. So now let's go through the equation. Okay, so let's go through this. 130 over 26.982. So that's going to be that. So these two units cancel out, and now we have moles of aluminum. We have 4.81, this number of moles of aluminum. So now that, we have to do this. So it's going to be, for every 2 moles of aluminum, we get 1 mole of this. So we're going to be dividing this by 2, because 1 times that number equals that number, over 2 will equal 2.409. So that's how many moles of Al2O3 we're going to have. And since every mole of Al2O3 is equal to 101.961 grams of Al2O3, we can just times this by 101.961, and we get about 245.625 grams. Point 625. Okay. So that's a 5, by the way. So that is how many grams of Al2O3 we get if we use 130 grams of aluminum in thermite, because this is the formula for thermite. Have a good day, everybody.